Today, we'll be diving into a question that's been nagging me for the last 6 months. Where the heck is John Carpenter's Toxic Commando? This zombie FPS had me stoked with its 80s horror vibes and co-op chaos, but since its closed beta in October 2024, it's been quieter than a freaking graveyard. 6 months, no updates, what's the freaking deal? Is this game still worth getting excited for, or should we move on? I'm a huge fan of Carpenter's work, and I'm dying to know if Toxic Commando is going to deliver. Now stick with me as I unpack the silence, hunt for news, and figure out if this game's worth the wait. Let's do this. So why am I hooked on this game, or at least why was I? Toxic Commando dropped Jaws at Summer Game Fest 2023. Crazy to think that that was almost practically 2 years ago. It's a co-op FPS where you and your buddies play as ragtag commandos fighting a zombie outbreak caused by some nightmare called the Sludge God. Think Return of the Living Dead meets Left 4 Dead, with John Carpenter's name slapped on it, a horror legend behind Halloween and The Thing. The trailer screamed 80s B-movie fun, neon gore, heavy metal, and cheesy one-liners. Saber Interactive, who nailed World War Z, is building it with Focus Entertainment Publishing. The question is, why a game this cool has gone so silent? Is it because they're crafting a masterpiece, or is something holding it back? No new trailers, no dev diaries, nothing since last year, not even screenshots. I'm itching to know if this game is even going to come out in 2025. Anyways, let's bring it back to why we got you to click on this video in the first place. Is there any fresh news on Toxic Commando? I've been scouring the web, X, everywhere, Reddit, you name it. Here's what I found. Back in March 2025, just last month, Saber Interactive's COO, Tim Willits, confirmed that the game is actually still in development. However, it's alongside a bunch of other big games like Jurassic Park Survival, Turok, Space Marine 3, and others. Now, it's reassuring that they have confirmed, but it's very vague with no specifics on progress or delays. Now, I found a PC Games article from April 8th, 2025, so surprisingly just a few days ago, called out the, quote, concerning radio silence, noting that the game's 2024 target got pushed to a loose 2025 window. Focus Entertainment site still lets you sign up for beta invites, but no new tests have been announced since October. Why aren't they shouting about this game? Is Saber too slammed to talk, or are they saving for a big reveal? I want to believe they're polishing something epic, but the quietness has made me nervous. No new screenshots, no posts, not even from Carpenter, nada. If you've seen something that I've missed, let me know in the comments down below because I want to know more. Anyways, let's talk about something here about the closed beta in October. I was able to participate in it, and I have to tread lightly here because I am under NDA, so I can't actually really talk about what I got to play. What I can tell you though is it was like a wild ride, very Carpenter-esque. Getting hands-on did get me hyped, but that was 6 months ago, and the silence is deafening. What is stopping Saber from keeping us in the loop? I get that betas are early, but most devs drop a thanks for playing or a progress update and typically an open beta to follow shortly after, but not here, I guess. Is the beta feedback slowing things down, or are they just focused elsewhere? I'm still excited, but I need a sign this game is on track. Speaking on focus, whether that be the publisher's Focus Interactive, let's actually talk about the developer's Saber Interactive. We know that these guys are busy. We know the game exists due to that article, but how much of it? How much are they actually focusing on this game? Because if you look at Saber Interactive right now, these guys are very busy. They're working on Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. They're working on a new one, Space Marine 3. They're also working on content for World War Z from time to time. We have that new Turok reboot. We have that Painkiller revival. We have Jurassic Park Survival. Avatar: The Last Airbender game. Like, the list just keeps going on. Is Toxic Commando lost in Saber's shuffle, aka their workload? I'm worried it's just not at their top priority anymore. I think Space Marine 2 was phenomenal and all gears are towards Space Marine 3 and also just keeping Space Marine 2 up to date with new patches and content. How big of a team do they actually have to be able to juggle all of these amazing upcoming games? I want Toxic Commando to get the love it deserves, but the silence makes me wonder if it's stuck in the background. So, the big question, is Toxic Commando still worth caring about? Zombie games are everywhere. Dead Island 2, Back 4 Blood, Killing Floor 3, RIP, and classics like Left 4 Dead. This one's gotta stand out. Carpenter's name is huge, he's a horror god, and his love for games shows in the trailer's vibe. Saber Interactive's track record with co-op shooters is solid. The 4-player chaos, vehicles, gore, and dark humor sounds like a blast. A blast that only Toxic Commando might be able to deliver. So why is the hype fading? Is it because there is no news? I think so, and the silence is killing any kind of momentum this game once had. If they're nailing the B-movie feel, I'm all in, but they have to show us something. I'm rooting for it to be a co-op gem, not another generic zombie slog. Right now, it's got potential, but we need proof it's worth the wait. So what happens now? Best case, Saber Interactive is quietly building a banger. And we might get a trailer, say Summer Game Fest 2025, with a potential late 2025 launch. Or worst case, it's stuck in dev limbo, delayed to 2026, or scrapped. Who knows? Middle ground? A rushed release with bugs that tarnish the vibe. I'm hoping for the best case, but the quiet's got me on edge. Will Toxic Commando make a resurgence soon or stay silent? While I'm still excited, Saber and Focus need to break the freaking ice. A dev update, a screenshot, anything to keep us believing. I want this to be the zombie game we're all playing this year, since Killing Floor 3 is currently delayed and in its own kind of limbo. Anyways, that's my take on Toxic Commando right now. I'm pumped for its potential, but the silence is rough. What do you think? Are you still hyped or losing faith? Seen any news I've missed? Drop it below. Smash that like button if you're curious too, and subscribe for more gaming deep dives. I'm just a dude who wants to blast zombies with Carpenter's flair. Here's hoping we get it soon.